Hey, I'm a mustache guy. I grew a mustache and it was during quarantine and I never was taught how to maintain it, what to do to get it to look good, and it always looked like crap. Okay, so I wanted to make a quick guide before I inevitably shave this for whatever job on how to maintain a mustache. So, first thing I want to point out is that I'll show you what it's like when it's done, okay? This is freshly out of the shower. I've just put on a shirt. And first thing I wanted to mention is you see a lot of people, my mentality going into it at first was that you wanted to grow all of it out at once. And I did that and it became really hard to eat. And that's not like that's not a subjective fact, you know, like I could still eat, sure, but there were some foods like soft serve ice cream, just like don't even bother because it will get everywhere. It'll ruin all the wax that you put on it and it's just a mess, okay? So first thing I wanted to cover is how to trim it. You want a little bit, this is for a handlebar, that's kind of what I was going for. Joseph Stalin, horrible guy, okay? But the mustache was pretty cool. So I was trying to go for something, you know, Kaiser Wilhelm-esque. But you kind of want to trim up here a little bit and leave a little bit on the edges just to be able to get it to twirl. So that's what it would look like. You know, everyone talks about the twirling and we'll get to that. But first thing I like to do is, if I'm really doing it well, is just take a little comb, just a little one, use the small ones. And just kind of comb it out. And then I've got this beard oil. I got this at Duluth Trading Company. It's Spit and Polish Beard Oil. And I don't really think it does much, to be honest. I wouldn't bother. I would not recommend it. But it smells good and my girlfriend likes it, so I'll put on a little bit. Oop. Something spilled off screen, but that was acceptable. So we'll just put a little bit on there, you know. And this actually, my mustache is relatively trained. It's not super good, but like at a base level, it'll look like it does enough, and it kind of doesn't. You have to do a lot more. The rule with the mustaches that I've learned is that you always gotta apply more. Okay, if you think just washing mouth, sorry. If you think you've applied enough wax, you probably haven't. You have to apply more. So I wouldn't recommend. I've tried a bunch of different of the beard polishes and oil, and I think they're kind of gimmicky. I don't think they kind of smell nice, but I don't think they do a darn thing for the look of your beard or mustache. Maybe beard, but so next thing, and this is pretty important. Okay, this is the most important thing that I've learned. This is the wax that I use. It's called Hard Wax Cire Dur transparent formula from Elegance. This is like $7 on Amazon. You definitely want hard wax. I've tried a bunch of different stuff. I've tried this stuff, Forge Putty. I use my hair gel. It's got to be glued, which is great hair gel, by the way. I definitely recommend it for the hair. And a whole bunch of other like waxes and stuff. And I had some, and I put it on. It would feel like the wax you're supposed to have for your mustache, but it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't hold, and I was just frustrated by it. And I was like, maybe it's just my hair. Maybe it's not like the kind that can do a mustache. And that happened for months. Then I found this stuff. This stuff is great. Okay, this is awesome. So I definitely recommend this. It's $7. I'll put a link in the description. I'm not sponsored in any way. I'm just a guy who likes my mustache. Here's what I do, okay? No one's taught me how to wax my mustache. This is solely how I do it, and it seems to be working okay. I just put on a gob, okay? Like, this is a pretty hardy gob. You want to be putting on more. And I'll just coat it like this, okay? I'll literally just do one of those. I probably put on too much, to be honest. I definitely did. Put it on the top like that. I'll put the rest back in here, save it for later. And then you just want to get it all through the mustache. You're not styling it. You're just doing one of these, okay? The only thing you really have to worry about is the divide right here. You know, you want this side to go left and this to go right. When it's shorter up here, when you trim it, it really doesn't matter as much. So now I'll start taking it and just kind of doing one of these, okay? And mind you, my hair's trained, okay? Like, I've done this before, so it's probably going a little bit easier than it could. Especially if you're trying it for your first time. Don't be discouraged. This took me a long time to do. You'll go through days, and I still go through days where there's just parts that are just not working out okay. It's actually working okay right now. But one thing I like to do is, if you apply too much, and let's just pretend I did. It's looking okay. Maybe I'll use this as a thumbnail. Yeah, one thing I've learned, if you do apply too much, and that's fine, it's really fine if you apply too much. Don't worry, this is not like your hair gel. Like, this can be super greasy and it's fine because it's a mustache and that's what it does. If you apply too much, let's pretend I did. You take this, the thin end of this, and you just do one of these. Go through it a couple times. You can see I'm just wiping off some of the excess wax already. I'm gonna put it back on because remember, when you leave the house or when you leave the mirror, that's as best as your mustache is gonna look. It's not gonna look better throughout the day, so you gotta get it pretty good. And then I'm sure everyone knows when you have a mustache, you twirl it. You're supposed to twirl the ends. And that's important. I'm actually going to put on just a wee bit more. Sometimes I let it, I think I usually, if you do use the wax, the beard oil, I'd probably do that before and then wait a little bit and then put the wax on, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. They always tell you twirl the mustache, and that's important, but that's not the whole thing. So you want to shape it like normal, you know, just swiping it. You don't have to twirl it. And then just right at the end, maybe just a slight twirl. And that's only to keep, you see like that hair right there? It's just a rogue hair. That's the only reason the twirl's there. You're not supposed to I'll just super twirl it just to show you. And maybe this is the look you're going after, and that's fine. You know, you can apply more wax and get it a more pointy shape. You know, and that's fine. But if you super twirl it, eventually it'll just look way too pencil-y, and that won't make too much sense with the rest of it. I think it's getting a little bit long. It's not really the look I'm going for personally. So I'm going to try to widen it just a little bit, like that, you see? Another thing to mention is that both sides are not even, okay? I'm going to reapply a little bit more wax, just a little baby gab. Both sides are not even, alright? This side always goes well for me. This side, always a pain for me. So, we'll just see how it goes today. So, we'll just do it like that. See, there's always a couple rogue hairs. And, as far as trimming down your cheeks go, actually you might be able to see it here. I got a couple of shorter hairs. I specifically didn't shave them just because I wanted to show you where the hairs will pop up. You logically know, you're trying to grow a mustache, you shave down here. But when I go like this, you see how it just spreads the mustache? So these hairs right here, I normally trim, and that's fine. You know, it doesn't have to be super far down. You can be up on your face and it'll be fine. Yeah, so it's not looking that good. I'll probably put on a little bit more wax. It's a little bit hard to do after the beard oil. That's just a common thing. And one other thing I wanted to mention, I saw this other video when I was trying to grow this, and the guy said it looks creepy if you don't have a little bit down here. I think fuck that. I think wear whatever mustache you want. A mustache isn't for other people. People are gonna say that it looks weird. My grandparents, my parents, everyone makes fun of me for this mustache, but I love having this mustache. I think it's so goofy, but I look in that mirror every morning and I think, hey, you know what? That's me, that's my mustache. I don't need to make it look any different way for anyone else because it's me and it's on my face, and I like it. So I would say that's the most important thing about a mustache. Just acknowledge that it's going to look weird. You're not getting a mustache because it looks good, okay? You're getting a mustache because it's a style that you like. Get a mustache for you, not for anyone else. and then it'll be a lot better. This is my quarantine project, just figuring out how to grow a mustache, and I know this isn't probably like your best advice because I'm not some expert, but this is how I learned to do it. I couldn't have anyone touch my mustache when I was learning how to do it because of quarantine. I'm also learning to lower. The lower the better. I think that looks a little bit cooler than up here. I've had the curly ones and that's just kind of goofy. But yeah, this is how I did my mustache. I hope yours looks or makes you feel like it looks just as good as I feel in mine. So just a quick little guide. And my name's Benji and I like my mustache. So thank you guys. Bye. Alright, Emma, what do you think of my mustache?
It's very nice.
It's very nice.
Very, very nice.
You're very generous
With
for
your
saying so.
friend's baguette.
Baguette.